talking to Ayodeji
Yeah,
about his studies into green roofs today. Do you want to introduce yourself?
yeah. My name is Ayodeji Ganiyu, student of Department of Civil Engineering, Swansea University.
So can you tell us about your studies and research related to green roofs, and how do you see green roofs contributing to a more sustainable future?
Okay, I'm working on a thesis, like you said, and the topic is it deals with how green roof loading affects structural integrity.
Right.
Yeah, so basically, okay, the reason why I was interested in this topic is because the construction industry is known to be contributing highly to the global carbon emission here.
Right.
And around September 2021, the United Nations highlighted that the construction industry is causing up to 40% of the global
40%.
carbon emission. So this is as a result of production of construction materials, transportation of construction materials, the construction processes, and the energy we use in our building.
Right.
Yeah. So green roof is a perfect example of a way of reducing the energy usage in our building, because the green roof acts as an insulator.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it cools down the building, and you spend less on
Heating
your
energy
buildings.
costs, really.
So you're saving energy, you're saving the planet, and you're making money.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's the main reason for my research, and it's also a way of improving the United Nations Sustainable Goal. The Goal 8, it deals with health and well-being. Carbon emission is leading to a lot of diseases, like pulmonary diseases, respiratory diseases. People having cancer as a result of carbon emission.
Yeah,
So
really. Wow.
by adopting green roof, we'll be tackling that, and also United Nations Goal 13 on climatic action.
Wow.
Yeah, green roof is really good in terms of helping our climates, because by reducing carbon emission, we're helping the environment, we are making the climate better, And again, green roof, green roof is also tackling United Nations Goal 8, which is on decent work, and also Goal 9, which is on innovation and infrastructure and all of that.
Right.
So green roof is really
Ticks a lot of boxes.
Yeah. Okay, in addition to saving energy, green roof is very effective when it comes to flood management.
Is it?
Yeah. I know that might not make sense to you.
Yeah,
I'll try to
on the
explain.
roof, and then floods are like ground.
Like ground, right? So green roofs are made of. Okay, I think I should just explain what the green roof is.
Yeah, that would probably be my.
I think I should have done that earlier.
Yeah, that's okay.
So green roof is made of soils, made of vegetations.
Right.
So just like a garden.
Yeah.
But beneath the garden, the green roof is mainly made up of 6 layers.
Okay.
So when you have your building, the next thing is to have your roof on it. So when we have a building, we have the first room. The first layer is meant to stop water from penetrating into the surface. When water penetrates, it affects the structure and damages it.
Yeah.
So that's what the first layer is. And the second one is the drainage layer.
Right.
When rain falls, the water passes through the drainage layer. Okay, I'll not take you to how it affects flood management. Since green roof is made of water and vegetation, when it rains, it absorbs water.
Got you.
And it releases the water
gradually
into the drainage system.
Right.
Unlike our traditional roof, when it just rains and then
Just comes off.
it just comes into the drainage layer. And at the end of the day, it might lead to flood and all of that. And green roof also acts out, apart from reducing flood, it filters the water. It reduces chemicals. Lead, carbon. So it filters it, you get. So when it filters it, instead of this chemical running into water bodies affecting the aquatic life and our seafood,
Right.
You know, so it's
Whoa, that's kind of
It's a lot.
mind blowing.
yeah, it's a lot.
Oh,
It's a lot.
I think I underestimated green roofs, to be honest.
I think I also underestimated
Yeah.
you know, making researches on green roof. That is
I can see it
mind-blowing.
happening in town, you know, just there's a couple of buildings going
Yeah,
up.
you can see one on Swansea Arena. There's a green roof on Swansea
There's
Arena.
what?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah,
I
there's a
didn't know.
green roof on Swansea Arena. There's a building on Oxford
Oh,
Street.
right, yeah,
And there's a biophilic building construction. Very
That's
amazing.
the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, I went there and
It's going to be awesome.
amazing. It's going to be
Yeah.
awesome. It's going to be
It's
awesome.
exciting. I can tell you're very excited about it, passionate. So, next question, I think.
Okay.
So how do you believe your work in green roof research can positively impact local communities and contribute to environmental sustainability? I suppose you've touched on that a bit, Ruben.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
okay, the problem of you will be wondering that since green roof has a lot of advantages, then why don't we see it on every building?
Yeah.
So that's as a result of misconception about green roofs. There are misconceptions.
understand.
People think, one of the misconceptions is that people think green roofs cause collapse of building.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that doesn't.
And that is not the situation because it's not the green roof that is causing the collapse. Because there was occurrences of collapse. There was one in Hong Kong due to heavy weight. You know, when there's rainfall, when it absorbs water, there is the weight increases.
Yeah.
Then at the end of the day, it collapses the building. So that happened in Hong Kong. One happened in Illinois. I think that was as a result of ice.
Right.
So there was a lot of ice on the building, on the roof.
Hardens even more.
Yeah, there was a collapse and as well in Latvia. So when my research is going to be on how these roofs do not affect or cause collapse of building.
Right.
So I'll be carrying on engineering simulations to show that.
Yeah.
What we need to do is get the proper calculation, the proper estimate of the load the green roof can withstand. And we have to make additions to the strength of the green roof in case of heavy rainfall and unforeseen climatic events.
So stepping back into the building structural, like how it's held up. Yeah. So that's
basically,
it's all
strengthening the
intertwined.
building to make sure it can carry the green roof. And in situations where we have like insane climatic condition,
you got to be prepared.
Yeah, you have to be prepared.
That's why it is like a construction thing rather than a gardening thing, Do you know what I mean? There's some people
but it's integrated.
might be, so people might look at that and think there's a garden on the roof, which is kind of a bit of
it's
that's the lack
roof.
It's a garden on the roof, but then it's it goes a lot deeper than that.
Because of the weight of everything.
Wow.
So that's one. And another misconception is that people think green roof is more expensive. Initially maybe it's more expensive because it costs like 50% more.
Right.
When you are
To set it up.
when you are setting the green roof on. But what people forget is that when you install the green roof, number one, green roof has a longer lifespan than our traditional roof.
Is it?
Like a 50% longer lifespan.
Right.
So you're saving money, you're saving cost of electricity, and all of that.
Wow.
While you're still helping the environment.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's more expensive. I think it's
an investment.
It's an
really.
investment. So those are the misconceptions. I think my research is going to be clearing out.
It's catching people up.
Making
knowledge is coming out,
and
which is quite new as it is, because it's been researched.
And after this, I hope people will start adopting and embracing use of green roofs.
I'd love to see green roofs.
And I hope it will affect our policies and regulation in the construction industry, because in countries like France, I think that was around last year, there is a law already that every commercial building must have a certain percentage of green roof.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Right. So that's kind of the goal.
Yeah.
Policy change.
Yeah. So working towards that. In countries like Zambia, when you're like bidding for a project, if sustainability is not involved, you're definitely not getting the project.
Really?
Yeah. So
that's the kind of attitudes we need to adopt, really, everywhere.
So it's a way of pushing the goal of sustainability. I mean, here in Swansea, if you dump the wrong rubbish outside your door, you get fined for
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So
We're getting there.
yeah.
Wrong
Although I don't like that though,
Yeah.
but
No, yeah.
but I mean that's the goal
But
because
that's it.
we're trying to
You need to
update
push
environment.
people.
Yeah, push
Yes.
people to adopt
That's a
to
little
it.
fine to get
Yeah.
you kicked.
And at the
in.
end of the day, it's to our benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Oh,
it saves a lot, and I did mention about urban island effect. You know, in cities you see high temperatures and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so green roof is going to reduce as much as 5 to 7% centigrade.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
so it's really big.
Get on it.
Yeah, it's really big.
Can you share any specific examples of projects from your research that showcase the practical applications of green roofs in creating a more sustainable environment?
Okay, for my project, like I said, I'll be carrying on engineering simulation. Engineering simulation is like, the buildings, the green building has a drawing and all of that. So you're importing the green building into an engineering software. So I'm making up
Like a 3D kind of.
Yeah, so I'm
Right.
making use of a software called ANSYS.
Right.
I'll be carrying on like 4 analyses. I'll be carrying on modal analysis.
Right. Okay.
That modal analysis test is how the action of wind affects the green roof.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be carrying on response spectrum analysis.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
what that entails is how ground movement or earthquake can affect the building. Just to
natural kind of.
yeah. Just to build confidence in people that okay, this is not
It's not a risk.
yeah, it's not a risk.
It's adopt
Just to
it,
prove
yeah.
that
So
when we
that's-
adopt this, it's not going to put us at risk and all of that.
Right.
And I'll also be carrying on static analysis. That's where the loads and all of that comes in, and
Right.
also the hydrological modeling. That's going to show how how green roof reduces the rates of flow of water into our drainage.
Yeah.
At
Right.
the end of the day, reducing the risk of flood and all of that.
Yeah.
And
Right.
just comparison between
Yeah.
traditional roof and green roof. And
Mm.
I can assure you, green roof is way better than
Really?
traditional.
Right. Good.
Yeah, very,
So is that stage in the kind of green roof development where it's getting the stats and the figures to kind of prove to people that this is something they should adopt
exactly, yeah.
and that it's beneficial.
Yeah,
And it's kind of at that stage in general, is it?
yeah.
Especially in the UK. It's like,
In the UK, you can even see the bus stations. You
They
can
do.
see we have like I think it's called a modular roof.
right.
When you get to not the bus stops, right? I mean, you see.
Yeah.
Have you seen like
Oh.
vegetation on the road?
Got you. Yeah, on the actual where you get on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, yeah,
Things like that.
So bits are coming, but we're maybe looking for a future where all the roofs are like covered. Yeah, that's
So very
that
nice
would be
and
nice.
beautiful as well.
It would be, yeah.
Yeah.
More nature, like
Yeah.
so built up, and you look up and it's,
the
it's kind of grey.
construction of Oxford Street. They are
The
going
new
to
building.
the new building now.
Is that R1 or the one that the big ones?
Yeah, Oxford Street.
Yeah, because we're opening a building
Okay.
on Oxford Street, the CAE.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
You are?
I didn't know about that.
No, it's so we're kind of in the process of like getting everything sorted, and Daisy, who she's
Daisy.
looked into like getting a grant for green roofs of it,
Oh.
and that's right across the road from this one.
That would be nice.
That would be nice,
That
yeah.
would be nice.
We're just like trying to. We've bought the building, so it's getting the money then to like fund it. So
Sustainability is a big thing.
yeah, definitely.
The building in Oxford Street, they really amazing. You have to be there because it's already an existing building. So
Yeah,
instead of demolishing the building and starting it up again, they are recycling the concrete.
so that's kind of sustainable.
Yeah, that's sustainable.
right.
And at the end of the day, the building is going to be producing tons of fruits.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it's a way of making food from your habitat is just
Yeah.
brilliant. Whoever came up with that is
Yeah. That's great. Yeah.
it's great. Yeah.
Forests like above us. And
Yeah, so we have fruits. I mean, imagine just opening your window and taking apple.
There's like a tree on your balcony.
Yeah.
That is what the plans look like, right? Like
Yeah.
every kind of level you've got some vegetation.
Yeah, you've got vegetation there.
Yeah.
But not really heavy plants, you know.
No.
Yeah.
I suppose that's part of it as well. That's where the gardening aspect comes in, where
Yeah.
what plants are suitable, for the climate.
Yeah.
Things change as you get higher, right? And different animals can probably not getting the same insects, but birds will definitely.
So at the end of the day, we are encouraging biodiversity as well
Right.
by adopting green roofs.
Wow. It's a different environment,
Yeah.
It's like a completely new ecosystem, really, because it's just so isolated. Kind of a roof, especially a high building, you can't really compare that to anything really.
Yeah.
Just a platform in the sky.
Yeah, for real, the building is going to stand out.
Yeah.
It's going to
I
stand
can't
out.
see it.
I mean, they're really working hard at the
Yeah.
moment. So
Yeah. Awesome. I look forward to that. So the last question is, youth empowerment is a key aspect of International Youth Day. How can your expertise in green roofs inspire other young individuals to get involved in environmental initiatives and adopt green skills?
I think what we are doing here right now already answers
Yeah.
the question. Yeah. This is part of it. I mean,
Awareness.
creating awareness is a great platform because we have youth coming in.
Yeah.
So I know we are going to be having more of these.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
enrich,
Maybe
going
some
to
events.
do some events.
Yeah.
I know there's a community garden sort of thing.
Yeah.
CAA, so stuff like that.
Right.
We will encourage youth to come in. There are a lot of career opportunities in this field, in terms of architecture, architecture. It's really big. The scope is really big. I mean,
Right. Yeah.
it comes with, you can be an engineer.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of career opportunities.
New jobs opening
New
up.
jobs open as a result of sustainability and all of
It's
that.
a lot of awareness to get out there, isn't it? So
Yeah, a lot of it. So and I'm sure because I didn't know about this as well. My Professor Fong introduced this to me, and I was like,
Oh, right,
let's
okay.
work on this and all of that.
I think it's really nice.
Yeah, so I think when you push out the agenda to people will accept it and find it amazing as well. And by doing that, I mean, the youths are going to embrace that.
The next generation.
The next generation is embracing, and sustainability is becoming the goal.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, I really like that. Yeah.
So,
I guess that might be the end of the interview then.
okay.
Thanks for tuning in, guys, and thank you for
Thank you for
instilling your knowledge. Yeah.
having me.
No worries.